Hi guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be about the e.l.f. brushes that I own, and I just have you know that each of the brushes in my hand that I'm about to show you is a different brush. So e.l.f. has a ton of brushes. The website is eyeslipsface.com and they're very reasonably priced. They sell them in sets, they sell them individually. So I just kind of wanted to go over the ones that I have and if I like them, if I don't like them, what I recommend and what I use them for. So the first one I'm going to show you, since it's the awkward one, this is the e.l.f. Kabuki face brush. This is an expensive one for e.l.f. and you're going to laugh when you hear it. It's only $6. So this one I don't keep in my little brush holder, which is up here behind me. But I keep this for like loose powder dusting or setting, or like let's say for example right now it's like almost 7 p.m. I did my makeup during the day and now I'm about to film again and I just need a little bit of a touch-up, but not really, like I'm not going to go out, get foundation and do the whole thing, but I use this to just kind of like dust a little bit of powder. So I really like this. I wouldn't recommend it obviously for your purse because it'd get all nasty, but it comes really clean when you wash it, very soft. I like that. Another one I recommend is the e.l.f. powder brush. This one is only $3 and the brush is like a flathead kabuki. It's pretty dense, but it does have some movement to it. Like, I mean, I can definitely move it, but it is pretty firm. You can buff in your foundation for it. It's called the powder brush. It works great for that. I find it's a little firm to put into some of my pressed powders. It tends to kick up a lot of extra like loose powder, but it's really good actually for foundation. So if you're on a foundation brush search and you're looking for one, this one does okay for $3. Come on. e.l.f. often has sales. They don't do the 50% off the whole website sale very much anymore, but they do some good sales. So if you can get it for 30 to 40% off, I would say $2 to $3, go for it. Alright, the next one I'm going to show you is the e.l.f. complexion brush. And this is like a nice fluffy, I'll show those two together. So this is the powder brush, and this is a complexion brush. So you'll see that this one's a flat head, this one's more of a round head, and this one is just more fluffy all around. And it's good for the same reasons. I actually can use this for bronzer. If you notice, the head of it is tapered, so the only part, if you just press lightly, the only part that actually touches your face is this tip. So if you wanted to, you could carve out your cheekbones if you just went really lightly. So I do actually enjoy this for bronzer. And if you want like a nice dusting of something like the Hourglass Ambient Lighting powders, this one is great. I have the website up on my computer over here. This one is the e.l.f. complexion brush. It's $3. Next, this is the e.l.f. angled blush brush. And it is just what it sounds like. It's an angled blush brush. But this one is $3 and I use it for contouring. It's a pretty good thickness for it, and it just fits really nicely in the contours of your cheekbones. It does a really good job of contouring the nose because it's not too big, and you can take just the tip of it and like use just the tip. See how I'm kind of angling it? So I'm not touching my nose with the entire brush. This is a really handy brush for $3 to have for contouring. If you've been eyeing like the NARS Ita brush and all that, or you love the brush that comes in the Benefit blushes, then maybe you would try something like this. Okay, here's the e.l.f. blush brush. This one is the Studio line. This is $3. Mine is dirty, don't judge me. I use this all the time, but I like it for blush, but it's kind of small. See the difference between the complexion brush, where I can just get a nice like one-stop shop, boom, boom, boom. Look at this blush brush. They're like kind of different. So yeah, I'd like to use them both, but for different reasons. So I don't use the blush brush as my blush brush. I actually use it to set my under eye concealer when my under eye concealer brushes are dirty. But you could use it for blush if you had a small face. I don't know. You can do it. You can totally swirl it around or whatever. Also, of course, these are all synthetic, so you can use them with creams or liquids or powders or whatever works for you. This is the e.l.f. stipple brush. Now, I will note that the next one I'm going to show you is the small stipple brush. This is the large stipple brush, and mine is dirty, which is why I use it for bronzer, so that's why it's kind of orangey brown and not white. But this is the stipple brush. I refer to it as the large stipple brush because I have a large stipple brush and a small stipple brush. If I say my small stipple brush, then I say the stipple brush, you're like, which one? The large one. Alright, so this one is the e.l.f. Studio Stipple Brush, and it is $3. I'm going to link the e.l.f. website below. Like I said, I use this for bronzer because the duo fiber, the ends are very, they're a different fiber. I don't know if you can tell. Do you see how the black part is separate, sort of, from the tips of the orange? So this is duo fiber because the only thing that's actually touching your face are the white parts. So they're very soft. You can get a really nice bronze look with it. I love this for that. You can also use it to blend out cream products for your cheeks. It gives you a nice soft flush because of the duo fiber brushes. Bristles. This is a small stipple brush, and this one is also $3. This one is better for cheek products, in general cream products. This can be used for contouring, with cream contours, cream bronzer, cream blush. This is a very useful one to have. If you were going to buy one or the other, I would say to get the small one, even though I like the large one better for myself. I think that the small one can do everything the big one can do, but the big one can't do everything the small one can do, because you can use the small one to get in like more like cream, like around your nose, doing cream contouring. I just feel like you have more control, more precision with the small one. So, right. For another face brush, this is the e.l.f. Mineral Powder Brush. I'm going to find that one on the website. And this one is, I believe, $3 as well. Yes, $3. And I'm going to show you the size difference in this one and some of the other ones. So this is the complexion brush, and this is the mineral powder brush. Do you see how it's got a nice flare, like an A-line? And let's see, this is the mineral powder brush, this is a blush brush. They're very similar. The difference is the blush brush is tapered and this one has a flat, kind of slightly domed, but mostly flat. Not as flat as a kabuki. Do you notice how the kabuki is like a flat head? This one is slightly rounded, but not as rounded as the complexion brush, which is like a true round. Anyway, if you're not a brush snob, you won't care, but I think that this one's good for setting your face. It's good for blush. It's good for bronzer. It's more dense to me than the complexion brush. This one's really fluffy and you can just kind of really fluff it up. This one's just a little bit more firm. So it's not as good if you want like a nicely blended application, but it's really good for packing on color. It's really good for blush. It's a good size. It's kind of small. This is the blush brush and this is the mineral powder brush. I feel like this is good for under the eyes. This one could be used for almost anything, honestly. Contouring, whatever you want. Gosh, I know I've been talking about this forever. Okay, the small tapered brush is probably my most used e.l.f. brush. This is the ideal brush for setting your under eye concealer with powder. It is tapered so that that tip part gets right in that tip part of your eye area. And you can really set this. This is my favorite brush. It's $3, a small tapered brush. I highly recommend it. My second most used brush is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. And this one, in comparison to the small tapered brush, is a lot smaller. It's not domed. And this one is good for actually blending out your concealer. You can kind of pat it like this. You can also set it with this, just using it for powder. It takes a little bit more work since it's so small, but you can do it. You could even use this for packing color on the lid or spot concealing like a pimple. You could just go dink, dink. But it's good for cream and powder, so it's really good. e.l.f. Angled Contour Brush. Now this one is a flat head, and you can use this because it has kind of a point. Do you see how it goes up at the top? You can use that for under your eye. It really gets in the curves there. You can use this for contouring. It's the Angled Contour Brush. Now when you see this on the website, you're like, oh yeah, that's a contour brush, great. When you get it delivered to your house, you're like, what am I going to contour with that? Like the way it looks in the thing, it kind of looks like it's a lot bigger, but when you get it, it's kind of small. But I don't use this one, to be honest with you. It's okay. I use it if I'm just reaching for something and I'm like in a hurry, but I don't reach for it. It's only $3, but I just don't reach for it. I don't think it's a necessity in the collection. Okay, this is the e.l.f. Eyeshadow C Brush. And this is like a stiff, smudgy like brush. It could be really good for packing color on the lid. Like if you just need like an all over brown on the lid or tan, you just go ba 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 ba. But it is hard. Like it is firm. It is really, it doesn't have any flex to it. It's very stiff. $3. Okay, now I'm going to show you the e.l.f. Contour Brush. Now, remember, this is the angled contour brush. This is the contour brush. So yet again, when you see these on the website and you see contour brush, you're like, oh good, contour brushes. Maybe you're expecting something like this, and when it gets shipped to you, you're like, that's not a contour brush. But this can be used for, actually I treat it more like a stipple, like a pencil brush. It doesn't have a pointed tip like a pencil brush does at all, but what I do is I use this under my eye to like smudge things and smoke things. You can use it to contour out small spaces like your nose if you contour your nose a lot, but I don't use it for that, and this is $3 as well. I don't think it's a necessity. If you do a lot of tiny little contouring jobs, maybe that would be worth it, but for me it just isn't. You could use these for like cleaning up on outside your lip line if you really wanted to. That is my dog. She's crazy. Penny, what are you doing? Watch. Penny, speak. Good girl. Okay, next is the e.l.f. Basics line. This is the professional blending eye brush. Mine has seen better days. Honestly, like, this thing is old. I probably should just throw it away. The brush handle is cracked a little bit. I'm not focusing. Focus. Alright, anyway. This one, I wouldn't waste your dollar. These are $1. Not that good. I would not waste your dollar. Okay, here's the e.l.f. flat eyeliner brush. This is similar to the Sigma flat definer brush, or Jessup flat definer brush. This is perfect for placing liner, like eyeshadow under your lower lash line as liner. You can also smoke out your upper lash line with this. You can do your brows with it. You can use it for, you know, cream liner if you had to in a pinch. I think this is also really good, you know, obviously not on the same day if it was clean, to clean up your lip line if you had like a dark lipstick. So I recommend this one for $3. A flat eyeliner brush is a really good brush to have. They do have other brushes besides the one I'm showing you, but alright, I just have two more to show you, and these are the newest additions that I have. This is the e.l.f. blending brush. This is $3. It is just like a nice everyday fluffy eyeshadow brush. Like, perfect for just... The reason I put these all up to my face, in case you're wondering, the reason I put them all up to my face is so you can see the size they are in relation to an eye. Because when you look at them on the website, like I said with these contour brushes, you really can't tell how big they are. So here you are. I'm packing that on the lid. Now you can see it's nice and fluffy. I have a lot of give with it. I can definitely move it around and stuff. So I think this is a really good investment. I would own 10 of these if I could. Like, they're just... You just need them. And when the one's dirty, I don't like feeling like I have to reuse one, and maybe I used green eyeshadow yesterday and today I'm using brown and I don't want to get it dirty, and anyway. Okay, last brush. This is the e.l.f. crease brush, and this one is like a domed brush. So here is the blending brush. This is the crease brush. So the crease brush is more of a dome. Do you see how it kind of gets smaller at the tip? That's what I'm talking about, and this is perfect for what it's called, the crease. Getting right in that little groove, because that tip is small, it gets into that groove and it really helps define it. I really like this brush too for smoking out, smudging out that outer corner of the eye. It gives a nice soft look. Okay, so that is it. Those are the e.l.f. brushes I own. They have tons of brushes now that I want to try. Some of the ones that I'm interested in, they have a new contouring brush. They have, excuse you, they have a brow spoolie with a brow brush. They have an ultimate blending brush, which is like their version of a foundation brush. They have an ultimate kabuki, which is similar to the Becca the One sculpting brush, which I have showed you guys in a video before. They have so many brushes, so I hope you guys go check out their website. I'm not getting paid or anything to tell you this. I just think that, you know, if you could get, I didn't count, okay? Let's just say for $30, $30 to $40, you can have like all of these brushes right here. I didn't count, but if they're $3 each, do the math. I mean, that's a pretty smoking deal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.